Retired Admiral Tim Gallaudet, who was the Navy's chief oceanographer and chief meteorologist, was recently a guest on The Big Thing with Kristian Harloff, where he dropped what I would consider to be quite a big bomb by confirming non-human intelligence in our oceans, basically insinuating that USOs, or unidentified submerged objects, that some of them are NHI, aliens. Let's be real. And he knows some of the people in the program and very well, and he can confirm that. So let's dive in and see what this is all about. If you're new to the channel, y'all, and you like content like this, please hit that subscribe button. We put out a new video every day, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do not miss a day. Please hit that like button, y'all. That really helps out the videos. So thank y'all so much for the support there, vetters. And of course, comment down below. What do you think of this big news? I mean, this isn't just anybody saying this. This is someone with basically impeccable credentials. So I think it's quite a big deal. Let's dive in. Quickly, I want to give a shout out to Kristian Harloff and The Big Thing. I do want to say I've got some big news coming on something that Kristian is helping vet it out with, and I cannot wait to share that. That will be very, very soon. Big, big news for the channel. So anyway, let's dive into this clip. Again, this isn't just anybody saying this, y'all. This is Tim Gallaudet, okay? Impeccable credentials, confirming what I can only describe as aliens. Here we go.
You have a certain confidence of what you think is going on down there, conversations that you might have, and one of the reasons that once you did retire that you wanted to come out and start speaking about it?
Oh, I'm totally convinced that we're experiencing a non-human higher intelligence. By the way, there's non-human intelligence all around in the ocean, especially when you look at marine mammals like whales and all that. But this is non-human higher intelligence, and they, of course, are possessing craft, vehicles, whatever that can do things we can't explain. And with technology we can't explain, and with laws of physics that are not what we know them to be, obviously. So, and I am completely convinced, because I know the people who were in the government programs, the legacy programs that oversaw both the crash retrieval and just the analysis of UAP data. So I'm very confident in these people, former intelligence, former DOD, and we are working as a team behind the scenes to advance disclosure, a controlled disclosure, mind you, as was put forth in the Schumer Amendment.
Well, let me ask you that then, for what you just said, because as all this report comes from Arrow this past week, or I guess by the time this airs, about a week and a half ago, this is something that I think is very old school of things, the way that it was done in the 50s and the 60s, and trying to do the Blue Book type of actions. It seems that way. But when you say you want to do disclosure in the right way, is there this fear now? Because you see, as soon as that report came out, the community in general and people that are pushing for disclosure are like, okay, well, it's coming the hard way now, and all this. And that seems to be, right now, for me, on the outside, seems like an empty threat, to be honest. But I ask you a two-part question here, Tim, if you will. The first part is, do you think that this report by Arrow risks a big leak in something that could be catastrophic disclosure? And I guess the second part of that is, why are there not other countries then? Why is the United States so like the front of this all? Why are the other countries at this point go, who cares what the U.S. is doing? Yeah, they're covering up since the 40s. Here's what we got.
Yeah, well, thank you, Kristian. There's a couple things going on here. First off, this latest Arrow report, which basically denied any existence of evidence of alien sources or operators of UAP and any possession of crash material, et cetera. What is going on with that report? And this is common in every other area of classified information in the Pentagon. They have decided that information should remain classified and unacknowledged. So the unclassified story is there's nothing there. And I know that to be a fact, because several of my former colleagues, retired Navy admirals in the intelligence community, they've commented on this publicly, saying, this is great. We endorse and support this report. And I of course, have a different opinion. Mm-hmm. I don't want to criticize the folks at Arrow. They're intelligent professionals. They are working. I communicated with one of them today, and they are working to better understand what UAP are, because we still have a lot of uncertainty and questions. And frankly, the government still doesn't know what they are, where they come from, what their intentions are. But we do possess material and more data that the government does not want to disclose. And they're doing it, I surmise, because of national security reasons. They don't want our adversaries, China mainly, to know that we have these materials and that we might be trying to gain a technology advantage over them. That's just their policy decision. I of course think we should have a different approach where we look deliberately, as was outlined in the Schumer Amendment, to say, okay, we're going to maybe not release some of the most advanced information that could be a risk in terms of giving an adversary a technology edge, but then we should release to the public just the awareness that we are being visited. That's important, because there's so many national security and public safety concerns about this, knowing this fact, that we should have an informed public to develop this public policy that's totally absent and necessary. About our allies who are basically following our lead more or less, but not entirely. France put out their Cometa report, and I think others, like one of the Canadian senior officials last week, your country, I think, spoke out about, I think, a need for disclosure. And so there's more. We should be showing leadership in the U.S. and right now, I don't want to say we're not. With disclosure, we are not showing leadership because we made the policy decision not to do it. I think it's unfortunate, and it's going to be a setback. And as you said, Kristian, this could very well lead to a pretty dramatic disclosure event with the whistleblower protections that exist, and in a way that is going to be out of control for the DoD. And I thought they should have been a lot smarter in how they approached that report.
That could.
Wow. Wow. What do y'all think of that? Tim Gallaudet, what a great speaker, to be honest with you. Again, this is someone we should respect. Impeccable credentials, retired Rear Admiral, chief oceanographer, chief meteorologist. And they were, he basically would help set up, these huge training sessions, right, with the Navy. Let them know what the weather's going to be like, where they should set up, right? Whole battalions, whole squadrons, aircraft carriers and all, you're coordinating all this stuff, right? And he's one of the first people to see the Go Fast video, right? That's the whole thing, right? And USO, right? Unidentified submerged object, because these UAP or USOs, right, are everywhere. They're transmedium. They can come from the atmosphere, upper atmosphere, right, through space, through our atmosphere, then into the ocean like nothing, right? And they're just zipping around the ocean, and there's a lot more information that's just not available, right, that they won't release, that he has seen, right, and that he knows these people personally. I can understand this sort of personal connection. You've worked with people a long time, or whatever the case is, they're telling you something, you take their word for it, more than the public could, right, because we don't know them like he does. So I do take what he says rather seriously. Now, is that confirmation for me personally? Not yet. But the fact that he's saying that so confidently, yeah, that's a big deal, right? That is a big deal. Because, again, they just have access to information we don't, and what that is. And this is a smart guy, right, saying this. So it does make me pause and say, okay, this is my whole thing. Regardless if you believe it or not, we do need to be investigating this. We need to have special offices within the government that study this stuff. And there's oversight, and I agree with all that, right, for this to happen. Disclosure, I think that word needs to start getting defined, because I think people have different ideas for what that means. Even catastrophic disclosure. You throw that out, like, what does that mean? What does disclosure mean, right? There's just so many aspects to it. It doesn't, it's like saying, well, what'd you have for dinner last night? An entree. Okay, what kind of entree? What, you know what I mean? Like, it's a category, but what's in it? What does disclosure mean? It means something to everybody. I mean, ask someone who's had a personal experience. They're like, I've got disclosure. I know what's going on. Right? Again, there could be basic disclosure, full disclosure. Like, what are we talking about? So, I don't know. I think it's each person's journey, and, this whole disclosure thing is becoming very political, which I think is going to turn off a lot of people, to be honest with you. But I get their point, right? They're coming from the government, having worked within the government, and so they're going to use the government to then exercise some of their plans, right? And execute that, right? So, I mean, that makes sense. And again, you have someone with Tim Gallaudet's credentials saying this. It is a big deal. It is something to pay attention to. So I'm curious to see where he goes with this story. Maybe if more information will come out. It's good. It's interesting to hear him say that about Arrow. I've heard that a lot about Arrow. Like, it's not all of Arrow doesn't, necessarily agree with that historical report or the summary of it, right? So it's conflicting, right? And again, you have different agencies within the government who don't agree with that Arrow report either. That's not like finito, ya se terminó, right? That's it. We're done. That's it. We know. That's it. Call it quits. No more looking at UAP. Let's be real. We'll probably always have UAP. Even if we can identify some as non-human, there'll always be stuff flying around or floating around. We just don't know what it is. We can't identify it in the moment. So, but, the USOs, that is interesting, right? Topic. I got to admit, right? Because you just hear UFOs and you talk about that, but then you get into these USOs. And he's saying this sort of advanced non-human intelligence, right? Within the ocean. Some of these are that. He's pretty convinced. He's convinced. He knows, without a doubt. So, again, I think that's something we should take very, very seriously. Anyway, kind of short video today. I don't know what else, that's it. Look, tomorrow's episode, I'm going to be going over this gentleman that was on the Danny Jones podcast and talking about David Grush. And man, that was interesting. I watched a bit of that yesterday. So, I'm going to cover that tomorrow because there are definitely some interesting things said for sure that I want to take a look at. But again, big shout out to Kristian Harloff and the Big Thing, dude. Let's be real. Homeboy's crushing it over there, okay? And he's bringing on people. He's getting out answers from them that, they haven't said publicly. He's a good interviewer. He knows how to do this. So I'm so happy Kristian is part of, the UFO topic, helping push the boundaries, helping push the information that we need, getting these big interviews, and being able to ask these questions. So, congrats to him. Congrats to the show. Great job. If you don't even know what the Big Thing is, please go check it out. Again, there's a link in the description for this interview. I was on the week prior. And again, I do have, not confirmed yet, but I got some big news coming that I am going to be able to share soon. And yeah, I'm very excited about it, y'all. We're taking Vetted into the next level. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed my interview yesterday with Michael Ian Black. Please go check that out. Absolutely hilarious, amazing. I did some, behind the scenes messaging with some people yesterday, and I'm going to be getting some more celebrities on the show to talk about, UFOs, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I want to be having more kind of fun, entertaining conversations like that. So anyway, thank y'all again for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Check us out tomorrow, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do not miss a day, y'all. All right. Remember, every day's a gift. We'll see you tomorrow.